God says, look around, because the place where you are sitting is not empty, forgotten, or spiritually abandoned. This room is not just walls, air, furniture, and silence. This room has become a meeting place. This is not an accident, says God. You did not come here by coincidence. Your heart was guided here. Your spirit was pulled here. And before you even understood why you stopped, before you even knew why this message found you, peace had already entered the room. God says, I arrived before your fear could explain itself. I arrived before your heaviness could name itself. I arrived before your mind could build another wall around your heart. You thought you were only sitting there, only listening, only trying to get through another moment, but heaven had already stepped into the atmosphere around you. The timing is divine. The moment is not random. The place where you are right now has been touched by my presence. Before this message continues, if you are ready to receive peace in your space, click the like button as a sign that your heart is opening. Subscribe if you believe God led you here and this moment was arranged for you. And write these words in the comments as a declaration over your home, over your room, over your atmosphere. My room is filled with peace. Do not write it as empty words. Write it as agreement. Write it as obedience. Write it because heaven is already releasing what your soul has been needing. Now pause. Take a deep breath. Do not rush past this. Notice the silence around you. Notice the air touching your skin. Notice the chair holding your body. Notice the walls that have heard your sighs, your thoughts, your prayers, your questions, and even the things you never had the strength to say out loud. Look toward the corner of the room. Look at the door. Look at the space beside you. God says, I am not asking you to imagine something false. I am asking you to recognize what heaven has already released. There is a feeling beneath your feelings. Under the worry, under the tiredness, under the thoughts that have been moving too fast, there is a holy stillness beginning to rise. That stillness is not weakness. That stillness is not emptiness. That stillness is my peace, taking authority in the place where fear used to speak loudly. God says, this room is filled with peace now, not because everything outside has changed, but because I have entered what was weighing on you from the inside. You are not alone here. You are not uncovered here. You are not abandoned here. I am with you, and my peace was waiting for you before you knew you needed it. God says, this peace was waiting for you. It was not late. It was not delayed. It was not confused about where to find you. I knew the exact hour when your body would finally sit still, when your breathing would slow enough for you to notice me, when your heart would be tired of pretending it was not carrying pressure in silence. This moment was chosen because you have been holding too much without speaking it. You have smiled while your thoughts were heavy. You have answered people while your spirit felt far away. You have laid down at night with tired eyes and restless sleep, turning from one side to another, trying to silence a tension you could not explain. God says, I saw it. I saw the way you kept acting strong while something inside you felt unsettled. I saw the pressure behind your eyes. I saw the heaviness in your chest. I saw the way you entered this room again and again, not always to rest, but sometimes to hide, sometimes to recover, sometimes to breathe where nobody was asking you to explain yourself. And I did not judge you for needing quiet. I met you in it. I placed peace in this hour because I knew this was the moment when you would finally be still enough to receive what had already been released. You are safe, says God. Hear that again. You are safe. Nothing evil has authority over this room. Nothing dark has permission to rule the air around you. Nothing that followed you through the day. Nothing that spoke fear into your thoughts. Nothing that tried to make your room feel heavy can stand above my presence. Heaven is not far from the place where you are breathing right now. Heaven is near. Heaven has entered the ordinary. Heaven has touched the floor beneath you, the walls around you, the doorway near you, and the quiet space where your heart has been waiting for relief. God says, do not believe the lie that my presence is only found in churches, only at altars, only when everything is perfect, only when your mind is clear and your life feels clean. I come into rooms like this. I come into tired places. I come into places where tears were swallowed, where prayers were whispered, where silence became the only language your soul could manage. This room can become holy ground because I am here. Not because the room is perfect, but because my presence is perfect. So, stop surviving this room. Stop sitting here as if it is only a place where you endure the night, carry the worry, or wait for the next burden to arrive. God says, begin receiving peace inside it. Let your shoulders drop, let your hands unclench, let your breathing become slower. This peace was held for you, guarded for you, prepared for you, and now it is moving toward every part of you that has been living braced for impact. The timing is divine. The hour is chosen. I am here, and my peace was waiting for you. Now as you listen, God says, pay attention to what is happening around you, because the atmosphere is changing. Do not rush past the small signs. Do not call them nothing. Do not say, it is only your mind settling down. I am touching the place where you are sitting. I am moving through the air around you. I am entering the quiet spaces, the unseen spaces, the corners, the doorway, the place beside you, the place behind you, and the place inside your chest where tension has been sitting for too long. God says, notice how the quiet is becoming softer. The silence that once felt heavy is beginning to feel gentle. The room that once felt like it was holding all your thoughts is beginning to release them. Even if nothing has moved, even if the walls look the same, even if the light in the room has not changed, something spiritual is shifting. Peace is not only an idea in your mind, peace is becoming an atmosphere around you. It is wrapping around your breathing. It is slowing the race inside your thoughts. It is resting on your shoulders like a holy covering. You may feel a warmth in your chest. You may feel your body taking a deeper breath without forcing it. You may feel your hands loosening, your jaw relaxing, your eyes softening, or tears rising without sadness. God says, these are signs of my nearness. These are confirmations that I have entered your atmosphere. A sudden calm is not random. A holy stillness is not imagination. The feeling that the room is less heavy than it was before is evidence that heaven is touching the natural space around you. God says, I am here. Hear me clearly. I am here. I have entered your atmosphere. I have stepped into the place where pressure tried to gather. I have come into the room where your thoughts tried to run ahead of my promises. I have come into the silence where heaviness tried to sit, and my presence is displacing what never belonged around you. Your fear does not get the final word here. Your anxiety does not get the final word here. The weight that tried to make this room feel difficult to breathe in does not get the final word here. My peace speaks louder. Take another breath, slowly. Let it come in, let it leave. God says, do not fight the rest I am giving you. Do not tighten again because peace feels unfamiliar. Do not search for the old heaviness just to prove it is gone. Let the room become lighter without needing to understand every detail. Let the stillness come near without questioning whether you deserve it. I am not asking you to perform for this peace. I am asking you to receive it. The air around you is being touched by my presence. The pressure that followed you into this room is losing its grip. The thoughts that kept circling are beginning to slow down. The place where you are sitting is becoming a witness. It is testifying quietly that I am near, that I am gentle, that I am protecting you, that I have not left you alone inside your own atmosphere. God says, this peace is real. It is not fragile. It is not temporary unless you reject it. It is settling over you, moving around you, and reaching into you. The room is changing while you listen because I am here, and where I am welcomed, heaviness must bow, fear must quiet down, and the heart begins to remember how to rest. God says, now my peace is not only resting in the room, my peace is cleansing the room. It is moving into every corner where anxiety lingered. It is touching every place where tears fell. It is entering every silent memory that stayed in the atmosphere longer than it should have stayed. The things you carried into this place, the heaviness you did not know how to release, the thoughts you left hanging in the air, I am touching them now. God says, every argument that echoed in this room, every lonely night that made the walls feel close, every grief that sat beside you, every fear that followed you through the door, every pressure connected to money, decisions, family, health, work, and the unknown, I am removing the weight of it. Old conversations do not get to keep speaking here. Financial worry does not get to keep breathing here. Emotional exhaustion does not get to keep lying across your chest. This room is not a storage place for torment. This room is not a hiding place for fear. This room is becoming clean. Hear me clearly, says God. My peace is not sitting politely beside your pain. My peace is not waiting in the corner while heaviness decides when to leave. My peace carries authority. My peace pushes out what does not belong. My peace enters the atmosphere and says, enough, enough fear, enough pressure, enough replaying, enough bracing, enough expecting something bad to happen. The room is being cleared because I have filled it. The floor beneath your feet is becoming holy ground, not because it is special in itself, but because I am meeting you here. The place where you paced in worry is becoming a place of restoration. The place where you sat with tired eyes is becoming a place of healing. The walls that once seemed to echo fear are now witnessing deliverance. They are witnessing your breathing slow down. They are witnessing your heart soften. They are witnessing the moment when heaviness loses its right to remain. God says, as I cleanse the room, I am settling your body. Your nervous system is receiving permission to rest. Your shoulders do not have to stay lifted. Your stomach does not have to stay tight. Your jaw does not have to hold the pressure of things you cannot control. Let your mind become clear. Let the fog lift. Let the circling thoughts be interrupted by my stillness. You are safe here, says God. You are covered here. You are not waiting for trouble in this room anymore. My peace is moving through the air, through your thoughts, through your heart, and through every place that felt heavy. What weighed you down is being pushed out, and what I have spoken over you is taking its place. God says, you thought you were sitting alone, but heaven was near. You thought because no human being saw the private battle, nobody knew how heavy it felt. You thought because nobody walked into the room, nobody understood what happened in the silence. You thought because the phone did not ring, because the message did not come, because the door stayed closed, because the night felt long, that you were carrying it by yourself. But I was there. I was closer than the air around you. I was present when your strength felt thin. I was present when your thoughts became loud. I was present when you did not know how to explain what was happening inside you. God says, I saw you when the room felt too quiet. I saw you when you sat on the edge of the bed and stared at nothing because your heart was too full to speak. I saw you when you lay down and still could not rest. I saw you when you whispered prayers nobody heard. I saw you when you did not even use words, when all you had was a sigh, a tear, a tired breath, a silent question rising from a place too deep for language. Do not believe the lie that those moments disappeared. Heaven witnessed them. Heaven recorded them. Heaven responded to them. You were never unprotected here, says God. Even in the moments when you felt exposed, unseen, and emotionally uncovered, my presence was guarding you. I assigned help around you. I placed strength near you. I surrounded your space with heavenly protection, not to frighten you, not to make you look for danger, but to remind you that you are not defenseless. Angels have been sent to guard, strengthen, and steady what concerns you. They stand at the places where fear tried to enter. They minister in the quiet places where your heart became tired. They move according to my command, and my command over you is peace. You are safe in my presence. Hear it again. You are safe in my presence. You will not be swallowed by fear. This room will not be ruled by confusion. Your mind will not be handed over to torment. Your heart will not be abandoned to heaviness. I am with you. I am with you when the room is full of light, and I am with you when the room is dark. I am with you when you feel strong, and I am with you when you feel like you have nothing left. My nearness does not depend on your feelings. My protection does not disappear when you are tired. My love does not step back when you are quiet. God says, the reason this room is beginning to feel calmer is because my authority has entered it. Not just comfort, authority. Not just a gentle feeling, authority. The peace you sense is not weak. It is ruling peace. It is the peace that commands storms to be still. It is the peace that tells fear to bow, confusion to leave, and torment to lose its voice. What has been troubling your heart cannot stand higher than my presence. What has been disturbing your rest cannot overrule my word. What tried to make this room feel lonely must now bow before the truth that heaven is here. So breathe, my child. Let your body believe what your spirit is hearing. You were not alone when you cried. You were not alone when you waited. You were not alone when you sat in silence and wondered if anyone could feel the weight you were under. I felt it. I saw it. I stayed. I guarded. I covered. And now I am filling this room with the peace that proves I never left. And God says, the peace in this room is answering prayers you did not know how to pray. Some of your prayers never came out as sentences. Some of them came out as sighs. Some came out as tears on your pillow. Some came out as silence when you had no strength to explain what was wrong. Some came out as exhaustion, as sitting still with your hands empty, as looking around the room and wondering why your heart felt so heavy in a place that was supposed to give you rest. God says, I heard every one of them. I heard the prayer behind your breath when you whispered without words, Lord, calm me. I heard the prayer hidden in your tired body when you thought, Lord, help me sleep. I heard the ache in your spirit when you wanted to say, Lord, make this home feel safe again. I heard you when your heart quietly asked, Lord, give me a sign. I heard you when pressure was pressing against you and something deep inside said, Lord, do not let me break under this. You may not have called it prayer, but heaven did. You may not have formed it perfectly, but I received it completely. God says, I did not ignore your sigh. I did not dismiss your tears because they were quiet. I did not turn away from your silence because you had no words. I collected what you could not explain. I gathered the pain that stayed hidden under your daily responsibilities. I received the prayers that came from your body, from your breathing, from your trembling, from your need for safety, from the part of you that was too tired to lift its voice. And now I am answering those prayers with my presence. This is why the room is filling with peace. This is why the atmosphere is becoming softer. This is why the heaviness is losing strength. This is why your heart is beginning to feel witnessed. You asked me to come, even when you did not know that was what you were asking. You asked me to calm the storm inside you. You asked me to make the night less heavy. You asked me to remind you that you were not forgotten. And I have come. I have come into the room. I have come into the silence. I have come into the place where your heart has felt tired. If you need peace in your home, in your bedroom, in a hospital room, in your car, in your office, or in any place where your heart has felt heavy, write your prayer request in the comments now. Do not be ashamed to ask for peace. Do not be afraid to name the place where you need me. Type it as agreement. Type it as surrender. Type it as a sign that you are ready for my presence to fill that space. God says, I am answering what you could not speak. I am touching what you could not explain. I am filling this room because your hidden prayers reached me, and my peace has come near. God says, now the peace that has entered the room is moving deeper. It is not stopping at the walls. It is not stopping at the door. It is not stopping at the air around you. My peace is reaching into the places inside you where fear has been sitting, where grief has been aching, where anger has been burning quietly, where uncertainty has been speaking too loudly, and where mental noise has been turning in circles again and again. God says, your inner world is being reordered. The feelings that felt too big are coming under my care. The thoughts that felt too fast are beginning to slow down. The pressure that made everything feel urgent is losing its control over you. I am not condemning your emotions. I am not asking you to pretend you do not feel what you feel. I am not asking you to hide the grief, deny the fear, swallow the anger, or act like uncertainty has never touched your heart. I am teaching your soul how to rest again. Hear me clearly, says God. Your emotions are not your enemy. They are signals that something in you needed tenderness, protection, understanding, and healing. But they were never meant to rule you. Fear was never meant to sit on the throne of your heart. Grief was never meant to close every window of hope. Anger was never meant to become the only voice you trusted. Confusion was never meant to decide your future. Mental noise was never meant to become the atmosphere of your soul. My peace is coming in now, and what was out of order is being brought back under my love. Peace does not always mean every problem disappears in 1 second. Peace does not mean every question is answered before you stand up. Peace does not mean the circumstances outside the room have instantly changed. Peace means the problem is no longer ruling the room inside you. Peace means your fear can speak, but it does not get to command. Peace means grief can be felt, but it does not get to bury you. Peace means uncertainty can exist, but it does not get to lead you away from my presence. Peace means I am with you in the middle of what has not yet been solved. God says, I am moving you from panic to stillness. I am moving you from confusion to clarity. I am moving you from heaviness to breathing. I am moving you from trembling to trust, not by force, not by shame, not by telling you to hurry up and be healed. I am moving gently, patiently, deeply, because I know how long you have carried this. I know the thoughts you have tried to silence. I know the feelings you did not want anyone to see. I know the memories that still rise at certain hours. I know the tension that comes into your body before you even understand why. So check your heart now. Do not force peace. Do not perform peace. Do not pretend just because you are listening. Simply notice. Is there even a little more space in your chest? Is your breathing even a little slower? Is the room even a little softer? Is the fear even a little less loud? Is there a small place inside you that feels witnessed, held, steadied, or understood? God says, do not despise the small shift. That small shift is evidence that I am working gently. That small shift is my hand touching what you could not fix by yourself. Your feelings are being gathered, says God. Your scattered thoughts are being called back into order. Your heart is not being rushed. Your soul is not being punished for being tired. I am caring for the fear. I am sitting with the grief. I am cooling the anger. I am quieting the noise. I am bringing clarity where confusion has been too loud. And as my peace fills this room, it is also rearranging the room within you until your heart remembers that it can rest, it can breathe, it can trust, and it can be safe in my presence. And God says, what tried to disturb you cannot stay here. What followed you into this room through worry, through confusion, through restless thoughts, through the heaviness you could not explain, it cannot remain where my peace has taken authority. Do not be afraid when I say this. I am not opening your eyes to fear. I am opening your eyes to protection. I am not asking you to search the room for darkness. I am telling you that my presence is stronger than every disturbance that tried to make this room feel unsafe. God says, I have already stepped into what was troubling you. I have already placed a boundary around your atmosphere. Fear cannot cross it and rule you the way it used to. Confusion cannot sit beside you and keep whispering lies. Tormenting thoughts cannot keep circling your mind as if they own the night. Restless heaviness cannot keep pressing on your chest as if my peace has no power. I have spoken over this room, and what I speak has authority. Anxiety has to loosen now. Old sadness has to lift now. Oppressive silence has to break now. The heaviness that made the air feel thick has to move now. The pressure that made your body stay alert, braced, and guarded has to bow now. God says, your home must come under my peace. Your room must come under my peace. Your body must come under my peace. Your thoughts must come under my peace. Nothing that fights against my love has permission to dominate the place where I have chosen to dwell with you. Hear me clearly, says God. Fear loses permission in a room filled with my presence. Fear may try to knock, but it does not get to enter and sit on the throne. Fear may try to speak, but it does not get to command your heart. Fear may try to remind you of old pain, old nights, old worries, old disappointments, and old battles. But it does not get to decide what this room means anymore. This room is no longer a place where fear gathers strength. This room is becoming a place where peace takes over. Now speak this softly, even if your voice is low. Say it over the air around you. Say it over the walls. Say it over the door. Say it over your own heart. This room belongs to God. This room is covered by peace. Fear is not welcome here. Say it again, not as a performance, but as agreement. This room belongs to God. This room is covered by peace. Fear is not welcome here. God says, as you agree with my peace, your atmosphere is responding. The room is listening. Your body is listening. Your heart is listening. The part of you that has been afraid to rest is beginning to understand that it does not have to guard itself alone. I am here. I am covering you. I am holding the boundary. What disturbed you is losing authority, and my peace is taking its place. God says the room will become a place of rest again. The same place that felt heavy will feel covered. The same place where you overthought, cried quietly, stared at the ceiling, checked your phone, replayed conversations, and wondered how much longer your heart could carry the pressure. That place is being restored. I am not only removing what disturbed you, I am returning what was stolen from the atmosphere. I am giving rest back to the room. I am giving safety back to the silence. I am giving peace back to the place where your body forgot how to let go. Hear me clearly, says God. You will not always associate this room with worry. You will not always walk into this space and feel the old heaviness waiting for you. You will not always lie down and expect your thoughts to become louder. You will not always sit in the quiet and feel panic rising. A new memory is being written here. A new atmosphere is being established here. Tonight may be the beginning of a holy change, a gentle change, a real change, where peace begins to return faster than fear, where stillness begins to feel friendly again, where silence no longer feels like abandonment, but like my presence resting near you. God says, you will sleep without dread again. You will close your eyes without feeling like you must prepare for battle. You will wake without that familiar weight pressing on your chest. You will sit in quiet without needing to run from your own thoughts. You will pray without pressure, without trying to find perfect words, without feeling that you must earn my attention. You will breathe without bracing. You will move through this room without feeling guarded, watched by fear, or trapped inside yesterday's heaviness. I am teaching your body that peace is allowed here. I am teaching your heart that rest is safe here. And this is not only for one kind of room, says God. I am speaking over bedrooms, over living rooms, over rented rooms, over hospital rooms, over dorm rooms, over workspaces, over small corners where you sit alone, over places that are temporary, over places that do not yet feel like home. My presence is not limited by ownership papers, furniture, square footage, money, or location. If you are there, I can meet you there. If your heart has been heavy there, my peace can rest there. If fear has spoken there, my word can speak louder there. If tears have fallen there, healing can rise there. God says, do not despise the beginning. The atmosphere may not feel perfect all at once, but you will begin to notice the shift. You will notice that when fear comes, it does not stay as long. You will notice that when heaviness tries to return, peace rises inside you quicker. You will notice that your thoughts recover faster. You will notice that your breathing becomes deeper. You will notice that the room feels less like a place where you endure and more like a place where you are held. This is restoration. Quiet restoration. Deep restoration. Restoration that does not need to impress anyone because it is happening where I saw the private pain. God says, this restored room is connected to your future. When peace returns to your atmosphere, clarity begins to return to your decisions. When your heart is no longer ruled by fear, you can hear me more clearly. You can forgive without feeling forced. You can heal without rushing. You can create again. You can trust again. You can think without panic and choose without confusion. My peace is preparing you for what comes next, not by making you frantic, but by making you steady. So receive this now. This ordinary room is becoming a place of rest, clarity, and healing. This space is being marked by my nearness. The walls will not only remember your tears, they will witness your restoration. The floor will not only remember your pacing, it will witness your peace. The air will not only remember your sighs, it will carry my presence. God says, I am making this room restful again, and as I restore the room around you, I am restoring the room within you. Now place your agreement here, says God. Let this become a prayer over the room, over the walls, over the door, over the body, and over the heart. Do not rush it. Do not say it like empty words. Let it move slowly through the atmosphere. Let your spirit hear it. Let your body receive it. Let the place where you are sitting come under the covering of my peace. God says, I bless every wall around you with peace. I bless the wall that has heard your sighs. I bless the wall that has stood near your tears. I bless the wall that has been close to your thoughts in the night. I bless the wall that has watched you try to be strong when your heart was tired. Let these walls no longer feel like they are closing in on you. Let them become a witness that I am near. Let them hold no fear, no heaviness, no memory that speaks louder than my love. Let every wall come under the peace of God. I bless every window, says God. I bless what comes in, and I bless what goes out. Let light enter with gentleness. Let air move without heaviness. Let your eyes look through that window, and remember that your life is not trapped in one season. Let hope rise again. Let the view before you, whether it is bright or dark, quiet or busy, familiar or strange, remind you that I am still watching over you. Nothing outside this window is greater than my presence inside this room. I bless the doorway, says God. I bless the place where you enter and the place where you leave. Let fear not come through this door and take authority. Let confusion not follow you in. Let heaviness not wait for you when you return. Let this doorway be marked by peace. When you walk in, may your body begin to calm. When you walk out, may you carry my presence with you. When others enter, may the atmosphere be gentle. When you close the door, may you not feel alone, but covered. God says, I bless the chair where you sit. I bless the bed where you rest. I bless the floor beneath your feet. I bless every quiet place in this room where your heart has tried to make sense of things. Let the chair become a place of stillness. Let the bed become a place of rest again. Let the floor no longer remember only pacing, worry, and waiting, but peace, prayer, healing, and strength. Let every ordinary object in this room be touched by my presence. Nothing has to look perfect for my peace to be real here. Now receive this prayer over your body, says God. I speak peace over your breathing. Let it slow. Let it deepen. Let every breath remind you that you are still held. I speak peace over your thoughts. Let them stop racing. Let them stop circling the same fear again and again. Let the noise come down. Let clarity rise. I speak peace over your shoulders. Let them release what they were never created to carry. I speak peace over your chest. Let the tightness loosen. I speak peace over your heart. Let it soften without feeling unsafe. Let it open without being afraid. Let the storm inside you hear my voice and become still. God says, no confusion has authority here. No torment has authority here. No anxious spirit has authority here. No heaviness has authority here. No old fear, old sorrow, old pressure, old lie, old expectation of disaster has authority here. My peace fills this space. My peace stands guard. My peace speaks louder. My peace covers the air, the walls, the doorway, the body, the mind, and the heart. You do not have to be afraid of what I am removing. You do not have to search for trouble. You only have to agree with peace. If you receive this prayer over your atmosphere, type these words now. God's peace fills this room. Type it as agreement. Type it as surrender. Type it as a quiet declaration over the place where you are. God's peace fills this room. Let your fingers write what your heart is receiving. Let your comment become a witness that you are no longer giving fear permission to define this space. Heaven hears agreement. Heaven responds to surrender. Heaven honors the heart that says, Lord, fill this place with your peace. God says, I am making this room a witness. When you return to this place, you will remember that you are seen. When you sit here again, you will remember that you are safe. When night comes, you will remember that you are guarded. When silence comes, you will remember that you are loved. This room will not only remind you of what hurt, it will remind you of the moment my peace came near. It will remind you that I entered the atmosphere. It will remind you that fear lost authority here. It will remind you that your heart did not have to heal alone. So let it be settled now. The walls are blessed. The window is blessed. The doorway is blessed. The chair is blessed. The bed is blessed. The floor is blessed. The quiet places are blessed. Your body is blessed. Your breathing is blessed. Your thoughts are blessed. Your heart is blessed. God says, my peace is filling this room, and as you agree with me, the atmosphere around you and the atmosphere within you are becoming safe again. Now look around again, says God. Look at the same walls, the same door, the same floor, the same window, the same chair, the same bed, the same quiet space, but do not look with the old fear. Do not look as if this room is empty. Do not look as if this place only holds memories of heaviness, waiting, crying, worrying, pacing, and wondering. Look again and see it covered. Look again and see it softened. Look again and see it filled with my presence. The room has not changed because every object moved. The room has changed because my peace has taken authority here. God says, when you walk through this room, remember that I met you here. When you sit down, remember that I sat near you. When you lie down to sleep, remember that my peace stands guard while your body rests. When you wake, remember that mercy is already in the atmosphere before your feet touch the floor. When you clean this space, let it feel like you are making room for peace, not fighting against heaviness. When you work here, let clarity rise. When you pray here, do not pray like heaven is far away. Pray like the God who heard you has already drawn near. Carry this peace beyond this message, says God. Do not leave it inside the sound of the video. Do not think it only belonged to these words. My peace is not temporary noise. My peace is a covering presence. It stays with the heart that receives me. It follows you into ordinary moments. It meets you in the small movements of the day, in walking, sleeping, working, cleaning, sitting, breathing, and praying. You are not leaving this moment empty, you are leaving it covered. God says, the room is not empty. Your heart is not forgotten. Your prayers were not wasted. Your tears were not unseen. Your silence was not ignored. I have marked this place with peace. And when old fear tries to return, remember what I spoke here. Remember that peace has a voice. Remember that my presence is nearer than the heaviness. Remember that what tried to disturb you does not have the final word. If you want your home and your heart continually covered in messages of peace, subscribe now and stay connected to this place of prayer. Like this video as a sign of agreement that God's peace fills your room. Share it with someone whose room has felt heavy, someone who needs to know they are not alone. And leave your prayer request below so this family can stand with you, agree with you, and believe with you for peace over every room, every heart, and every hidden place. God says, look around one more time. My peace is here, my presence is near, and you are safe.